Update now on the queen of tax fraud. She stole millions from taxpayers, blew it on parties, cars, and TVs, and then bragged about it in pictures like this on Facebook. Well, she's paying for it now. Fox 13's Gloria Gomez was there when she was sentenced today. What happened, Gloria?
Well, keep in mind that Wilson actually pled guilty to tax fraud back in April, and she thought the judge would cut her some slack, but the judge had other plans.
Showing deep regret, the self-proclaimed queen of tax fraud apologized to the judge, her victims, and her family for the poor decisions she's made in her life. Rashia Wilson pleaded guilty to tax fraud in April, and at her sentencing today, her defense attorney asked for a more lenient sentence. He called a psychologist to the stand who said Wilson was bipolar and explained her troubled past starting at birth.
If you weren't aware of her mental health history, you weren't aware that her mother gave birth to her while on crack cocaine, you weren't aware that she was forced to essentially become an adult at age 12, that she had her first child at age 14, that she often didn't know where she was going to sleep at night.
But the government reminded the judge Wilson, who had a sixth grade education, was able to rip off taxpayers out of millions of dollars. She did it, they say, by filing bogus tax returns. Even as she collected food stamps, she blew it on jewelry, cars, and trips, and bragged about it on Facebook, where she even challenged police to arrest her. And they did in September of last year. After 2 hours of arguments in a packed courtroom filled with Wilson's family, the judge showed no mercy and slapped Wilson with 21 years in prison. The judge said Wilson knew right from wrong and in a calculated manner stole over $3 million from the government. Wilson's uncle was deeply disappointed but accepted the tough sentence.
She was just really interested in her family, doing good by them, but she broke the law. I feel bad for her. 20 years is a long time.
Now, I can tell you that Wilson's family members were in court, including her children, and she asked the judge if she could just hug them one last time before she went off to prison. The judge said no. The U.S. Marshals would not allow it. They can't break the rules for her. So another crushing blow to her as she went off to prison. Back to you.